Hey everyone, this is Kate Weatherwise, your favorite weather girl, coming to you on Sunday, February 15th, 2026. It is 3:30 on the Pacific Coast, and that's where we're going to sit. We are talking about Pacific time zone weather, Pacific Northwest from Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Montana, branching out a little bit to maybe Northern California, Colorado, Wyoming, the whole western part of the country, but mainly focusing on the Pacific Northwest where I am, because we finally have weather to talk about. It has been so mundane and so stagnant with that high pressure and control for a better part of the last 6 weeks or more. We finally have seen that start to break down for longer than a day or two last week, which created some snow, especially in the mountains of western areas. The Cascades got a good amount of snow this past week. They're gonna see some more snow this week, and then we are also going to see snow in the mountains all over western Montana into the Cascades of Oregon, into Colorado, and the Sierras in California as well. You're going to see lots of snow in the Sierras. So that's good news for skiers. Okay, let's head over to radar. But before we go, I just want to take a moment out to say if you're not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and hit that notification button to know when my next video comes out, and share with everyone you know. This helps me out tremendously. I thank you very, very much. Okay, let's take a look. Now, these are current temperatures around the region, these red numbers, and it is quite warm still for this area. And we have been seeing mainly rain. We've had some snow in the higher elevations, but especially in Montana and eastern Montana, you are sitting at temperatures in the mid 50s for a lot of places, 40s and 50s, which is pretty bonkers warm. And that's going to change for you all. I will be talking about this in a second. That's going to change for you all. You all in Wyoming are a little bit warmer than average too, although you have a red flag warning for wind here. So you may have some downslipping winds that are helping to enhance the temperatures. But even still, it is very warm. Now this is very southeastern Washington State into northeastern Oregon and central western Idaho, where we have this thunderstorm bubble. And we do have some precipitation that is falling right now, and we'll take a look at that really quickly so we can see whether if it has any thunderstorms in it or not. And we do see some orange, a little bit of orange and mainly yellow. Right now, it's just rain and a little bit of moderate rain if you're underneath this cell right here. However, I don't see any lightning, I don't see any thunder, but there is enough energy for the potential of thunder and lightning in this area right now. So we'll keep an eye on that. This will most likely go away after dark as soon as the sun sets, and there's no heating of the day to help things get boosted. Let's go a little north into the Spokane area and look at the Spokane radar. We do see a few showers moving through. Let me move this over so we have a better visual. We have a shower moving through the Spokane area right now with a little bit of moderate rain. If you went outside, if you're in the Spokane area watching this right now, and you went outside, you looked towards Spokane, wherever you are, maybe you're underneath this rain shower, you would see some darker clouds moving through Spokane with some heavier, moderate rain, a little bit of moderate rain. And there is someone there that reported some rain falling. It says drizzle. So, and then there's a second one there. That's at Phelps Field. Okay, so that's the airfield in just east of downtown Spokane. So there is some showers. Now, later on this evening, overnight tonight into Monday morning, that coverage of rain will intensify, and we'll see some more light rain moving through tomorrow morning. Now, the temperatures are going to be marginal, above freezing for most of us, especially from about Deer Park south. If you go north of Deer Park, that's where you're going to see more in the way of mixed precipitation and then some snow once you get up into the serious mountains of northeast Washington, where all this green is. Now, that is just the way it's going to be tonight into Monday morning. Now, Monday night into Tuesday morning will be a little bit different. But for Sunday night into Monday morning, it's going to be mainly rain for this area. And you would have to travel north of Deer Park to get into some mixed precipitation or perhaps some snow. And there's not going to be a lot. We're going to see maybe 2 to 3 tenths of an inch of rain fall overnight here in the Spokane area. And if you're at elevation above about 3,000 feet, which is Mount Spokane is around 3,000 feet. I know there's some hills around the Spokane area, especially around 9 Mile where I am, where your elevation can get up around 26, 27, 2,800 feet. That's going to be marginal. You could see some mixed precipitation where you are there, but for the most part, it's going to be rain. So when you get up tomorrow morning, the roads should just be wet and not snow covered at all. But as you can see, there's just some light rain moving through. This will, like I said, this will start to blossom here overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. Now, let's head on over to, actually, let's take a look at Seattle's radar. It's dry over there right now. There's no precipitation in Seattle. And in fact, let's take a look at the satellite imagery with radar enhancement. And you see this line right here of this is all clearing. This is all clearing that's going to take place and is happening right now, moving west to east. So I don't believe that we're going to see much clearing tonight. Maybe a little bit of clearing tonight before the next system comes through overnight, but it'll be short-lived. So let's go back to the National Weather homepage, where I don't know why this has me in Orlando, Florida, but that's not anywhere close to where I am. It's not 79 degrees here. It's kind of funny. I can't get that. When I change that, it just changes it right back. And I don't know why it's choosing Orlando as my home base. But anyway, what has been taking place out west is this has been really quiet. Like this is, there's nothing going on. Watches, warnings, or advisories. Nothing going on. But now we have lots of color over here where winter weather advisories, as I alluded to, for Western Montana, this is for during the day, Monday night into Tuesday. And then this winter weather advisory for North Idaho is for tomorrow. And then we also have a winter weather advisory for tonight into early tomorrow morning for Ferry County in Washington State and the very eastern part of Okanagan County in Washington State. So, and then way, way, way down here in southeastern Washington State, there's another little winter weather advisory blip that comes in over here. But all of this purple is winter weather advisories into the Cascades of Oregon. We have a winter storm warning for southwestern Oregon down into Northern California. These are where the Sierras are. You have another winter storm warning for feet of snow this week in total, not all at one time, but over the course of this week. And then this lighter brown, this is a wind advisories that are been issued. And then these hot pink colors, this is a red flag warning that I was talking about for Wyoming, is perhaps a reason why, because the winds in Wyoming are coming out of the south and they're on the breezier sides. The National Weather Service issued a red flag warning, meaning low humidity, higher winds, and no precipitation is a recipe for if fires happen to spark up, they could spread quickly. So it's just a warning for people to monitor what you are doing and be careful of what you're doing so you don't spark potentially any sparks or any fires with anything that you're doing. So that's what that is about. And then you go down into Colorado, you have a red flag warning for the plains just east of the Rockies, and then a high wind warnings for southeastern Colorado down into the panhandle of Oklahoma and Texas and eastern New Mexico, and little portions of far western Kansas as well. So that's what's going on. Busy time. Now, if we go back here to the satellite imagery with radar enhancement that I talked about briefly just a minute ago, you see these clouds, you see this, too far in. There we go. We see this low pressure system off the California coast, bringing in southerly winds and rain from San Francisco north to southern Oregon. Up here, we have some snow falling too in the higher elevations of North Idaho and western Montana. And then we just have some clouds around for a lot of these areas as well. And that's what's going to happen. Things are going to ramp up this week. So that's the picture currently. So let's take us over to, this is the European model. Bring this back into focus. I told you my maps were a little wonky. Excuse me. A little wonky right now. So this is currently, we have some snow that's falling into North Idaho at higher elevations, into western Montana at higher elevations. And then right here is where that thunderstorm bubble is. And higher elevations are seeing some snow with those showers moving through, and lower elevations, perhaps a thunderstorm or two. It's just that time of year, and then a little bit of rain stretching out, but there's not much going on. Now, as we advance this forward, this is the European model. It takes us through. This is overnight tonight, and this is tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. We see that rain that comes in to a lot of central and eastern Washington with some snow and mixed precipitation, those higher hills above about 3,000 feet as you head north. And this is 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And then that 996 is right over top where I live, so I can't see behind it, but it does show some mixed precipitation. It's going to be marginal. Like I said, it's going to be marginal. Maybe some of you who live 2,500 feet or above could see some mixed precipitation tomorrow morning. But more than likely, it's going to be rain for a lot of you. And then snow up into northeast Washington, where all the mountains are, and North Idaho. You're going to have some snow as well. And then back into central Washington, behind this low, there's going to be more cold air, sort of cold air damming that will allow it to snow all the way to almost to the Cascades. And then look at this. Down here, this low pressure continues to pump in the moisture with rain on the coast in the Central Valley. And then in the Sierras, you have that snow that's going to continue to fall. Snow into the Cascades of Oregon while you have rain on the coast. And then snow up here in western Washington. This is where the Olympic Mountains are. And then rain on the coast. So that's what we have going on. And then this system coming into California, there, as you saw on this page back here, there's some winter weather advisories for Nevada and winter storm warnings. And so when we go back here, that's why those are there, because of all this precipitation that's coming in that's going to give you all some good snow, especially in higher elevations. Still, Central California, you're going to see all that rain. The Oregon Cascades, southern Washington Cascades, this is on Monday afternoon. And then in eastern Oregon, you're going to see some snow with a little bit of rain at lower elevations, some rain in southeast Washington, and then a little bit of snow towards the Canadian border in northeast Washington and North Idaho. So as we keep going forward in time, this is Monday night, the snow keeps pushing in. Utah, you're going to get in on the snow. And central and southern Oregon, Idaho and northern Idaho, you're going to get on the snow as well, with this low pressure sitting right here around this area of the Idaho and Montana border. As it continues to push through, this is Tuesday morning, Monday night into Tuesday morning. So this is 1 o'clock Monday night into Tuesday, early Tuesday morning. This is the better chance of snow for eastern Washington, the Spokane area, into North Idaho, Coeur d'Alene, and points north and south. Monday night into Tuesday morning is when the best chance of accumulating snow, and accumulating snow for the Spokane area, 1 to 2 inches, which that could change over the course of the day tomorrow. But when you wake up Tuesday morning, you probably will see snow on the ground in most locations of the Spokane area, Spokane Coeur d'Alene area. So this is 4 o'clock in the morning. This is by 7 o'clock in the morning. It looks to be heading out. So this is overnight, Monday night into Tuesday morning. And then again, that system bringing in the moisture into Northern California. Sierras keep getting dumped on. That's just going to be on repeat for you this week. Skiers, snowboarders, snow enthusiasts down there, you're going to love it. And then as this low pressure, they just keep kind of rotating in. This is Tuesday evening into Wednesday. We could see a few snowflakes Tuesday night into Wednesday morning for Eastern Washington as well, but not much in the way of accumulating snow. There could be a dusting. Again, it's going to be late night, early morning when the temperatures are below freezing. The temperatures are going to be in the 20s at night for most of this week, if not all week, except for tonight, and it's going to be around freezing Monday night, below freezing Monday night, because we are going to get that snow. But then the rest of the week is going to be in the 20s for lows, but then we sort of dry up a little bit going into Wednesday. This is Wednesday morning. Like I said, we could see a little bit of snowflakes flying, some light snow Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning. And then this is Wednesday afternoon. We could see a little bit more snow. Wednesday night into Thursday morning, we could see a little bit more snow. This is Thursday morning. We're going to be cold enough then at those times. Like I said, 20s at night. So as you head into the early morning hours around dawn, a little bit beyond dawn, there could be some snowflakes flying. So that's going to be a little bit of a taste of winter that we're going to get this. And continuing with the snow all throughout the West, Utah, your mountains are going to see quite a bit of snow this week as well. And even on the coast here in Oregon, you could see some snow as well. This could mean snow for you. Cascade Mountains, this is Friday. You're going to see some snow in the Cascades. I'll start showing you snow totals here in a moment. Now, this is Friday afternoon. This has a little bit of snow here for Eastern Washington. Now, this is getting a little bit out of my comfort zone as far as forecasting is concerned, because it's Sunday, that's Friday, that's 5 days away. So that could be the case. We're still going to have, this is 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so I'm not entirely sure it's going to be below freezing at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday. I don't think it's going to be, but the dew points could be below freezing. That could be the deciding factor on whether we see snow or not. So this is a TBD for snow for us on Friday afternoon, but I'm going to continue on until the weekend. And then this ends Friday night at 10 o'clock. So that is a good swath of time. This week is going to be active all over the place for snow. And then if we take a look at what the Climatic Data Center is showing us for this is the next 8 to 14 days. I'm going to do 6 to 10 days starting on the 21st, which is next Saturday, is average or below average. So that's, looking more normal, but still we are most likely going to be in the 40s for highs and then in the 30s for lows. So again, it's not going to be that cold air that's in place that's going to give us snow throughout the day and then it's going to stick around. That's just not what's going to happen this week. And then I wanted to show you this graphic as well. This starts today and it gives us a good picture. The purples are the really cold temperatures up here into Canada, and the blues are the cold temperatures. And this was Sunday. This was this morning. So this is right now. As you can tell, it warms up during the day, of course. And then you start to see by midweek, this little bit of purple sneaking down here this is Wednesday, sneaking down here into Montana, Western Montana, down into central Montana. Now, I'm not sure how far south. It doesn't look like it's going to sneak so super far down into Montana, the whole state may not experience the same temperatures, but up near the border to Canada and all across here in central and western Montana, you could see some temperatures below zero. That's definitely a potential for Wednesday and Thursday, and we have another little surge that comes in Thursday during the day, and then it starts to move east a little bit, and then North Dakota, you get in on that, and some temperatures, especially at higher elevations into Idaho and Wyoming, you will start to see, and that's at higher elevations, start to see these purples as well as we go towards Friday. And then colder, especially at night. Like I said, 20s during the week for us here in Eastern Washington. And this is Saturday. I'm going to take us out a little bit further than I did the weather. These are temperatures. And then it starts to warm up a little bit next week. Looks like we're going to get another little surge, a little bit of a surge again into Montana next Wednesday. This is the 25th, and that is way beyond my comfort zone for forecasting. This is just an outlook, a look into the future. This may change. This probably will change, but this is what is signaling for the future. It's not so much, this is your forecast. This is what you can expect. This is like a signal. So now, as far as snow is concerned, let me back this up. This is right now. This is our area. This is a good indication. This is a blend of models, and I like this blend of models because it gives you a good swath of information. So as we go forward in time, let me see. Hold on a second. This is tomorrow afternoon, 4 p.m. afternoon. So see, this doesn't show any snow until you start getting up, beyond Deer Park, like maybe Deer Park. And then beyond Deer Park, you could see this really, really light gray is just sort of like a whiff of snow. And then as we go forward in time, this is Tuesday afternoon, Monday night into Tuesday. Just a little bit of snow. And this is Wednesday morning. Now, Wednesday night, remember I showed you back in the model where it had some snow showers around? That's where we could see some snow. This is an inch or two. This is by Thursday morning, an inch or two. Now, this is in total. This isn't at one time. This is in total if it sticks around, if it doesn't melt during the day. But that's, going to be adding to the total. So it's not going to be all at one time, an inch or two of snow. And then by Friday, we start to see a little bit more snow sneaking in here. This is Friday at 4 p.m. And then this is 3 inches of snow. Now, these are higher elevations. This is out towards like Ritzville and that area, which normally they don't get a lot of snow. We get more in Spokane. There's more snow usually in Spokane than there is Ritzville. But this is an accumulating snow, not all at one time. Not like we're going to get a storm with 3 inches of snow. That's from the beginning of the week to the end of the week, the accumulating snow that is potentially going to fall. So that's what we have on tap. This is through next Sunday. And a foot of snow in the Cascades. This is for Snoqualmie Pass, 14 inches of snow. I think that's Snoqualmie Pass right around here. And then North Cascades, this is 27, 28 inches of snow. And then you get down into the Oregon Cascades, 40 inches of snow, 45 inches of snow. So this is all really good news. Really good news. Okay. That's what I have for you all, focusing on the crazy weather that is going to take place for this area for this week, with the potential for snow, with it being colder at night, with some snow flurries around during the day, perhaps Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We'll see. But then It's looking like it's going to warm back up, like I said, in the 40s during the day. So there's not going to be any snow during the day. But again, that's next weekend and something that I will forecast on as we get closer. But that is it, guys. I hope you're having a good evening, and I will be back with further updates and further videos. Keep a lookout for those. And so this is Kate Weatherwise saying goodbye for now.